Euro against German. That is, I believe, a quite German-favored matchup. Uh, it kind of depends on the start. Obviously, if you get 200 wood, it's just so good for Germany to get the trading post, and it's just harder for Euro to get a trading post themselves. Um, but it's yeah, in my experience at least, it's quite German favored. But anyway, I'm gonna introduce the players. We have here on the top right of the map, playing in the color red, Ramex12 as the Germans indeed, and that is a coin start, and he's gonna directly be picking up the coin treasures in his base, or at least one of them. And on the other side of the map, we have Raikou in the color blue playing as hero. Not gonna be too happy about that coin start, although he's chopping wood, so it looks like, oh yeah, he got a 95 wood, so he's definitely gonna do something in H1, maybe a market and hunt dogs.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Getting this rifleman plus 95 wood, beginning of H1.
Yeah, that rifleman is so strong that sometimes you even convert it like I'm trying to find a useless treasure with it. There's one with livestock, but it didn't spawn. But my point is that sometimes this rifleman is so strong that it's worth converting it, even if you're not interested in the treasure, just because it's like it's a treasure itself, because it's so fucking strong. It's like 40 attack, and if you get to snare your opponent with your explorer and you micro this rifleman, your opponent's explorer is pretty much dead every time. So, and we do not have, in fact.
That's
Sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just saying that's true, and now we're seeing that Aro is going for a TP.
Yeah, which I
What do you
guess is
think about that?
well, it's always very nice to have a TP, and it's better than a market for sure, especially as hero. Because hero is not gonna get any upgrade in the market besides hunting dogs until they are fortress and they can get placer mines. But before that, you don't get a gold and you can't get steel traps. So the market is not super relevant. But at the same time, you know, you need to chop 50 less wood for it. And he has, he could have even just bought some wood with that. And wait, why did it flare the trees? I never did that. I don't know. Anyway, weird bug. And with the treasure and the coin, maybe he could have made a market and then buy wood and then drop a TP. I don't know. I just feel like the market would have been better, would have been faster at least. We might see Raikou aging up a little bit late because of that. But then again, he's getting 130 food as well, so probably gonna be just fine. A very good start for Hero here. 95 food, 130 food. It's insane. While Ramex, on the other hand, has got only a little bit of coin there, which is not well, it does help for your market, but it's not as big as 95 wood and 130 food. So
That's true. I have a couple lag with like Discord and your voice, so I might try to fix that really quick.
oh, is it lagging? Yeah, Discord just lags so much, so often for no reason, because we're not lagging, and but yeah, the call is lagging. So
Yeah, should be good now.
all right. So yeah, quite a nice advantage so far in H1 for Hero, getting that TP up, still edging up pretty much at the same time as Germany, actually even a little bit earlier than Germany. And on the other hand, well, Germany did get his hunting dogs, of course, but it's just you know, getting a TP as Hero. If anything, usually Germany gets a TP in H1 and Hero doesn't on some crates, but here it's the opposite, so it's gonna be really nice for Hero for sure. It might just make the matchup Hero favored or fair at least, just because it's a bit like on RE, right? Hero getting that early TP. Now he can do pretty much the same as on the RE patch, right? He can just send that Travois forward, ship for Kanyas directly because he has a shipment thanks to the training post, even if he's aging fast because he did use the fast age up politician. So he can pretty much do RE hero stuff. It's kind of scary, and he does have
Even his pet army is quite crazy.
So yeah, looking pretty good for Hero. What does he have on the way though? I think it's 5 villages. It's not 4 Kenyas because he doesn't have 25 pop or something. He has only 22, so that's probably 5 villages shipment. Yeah,
that's
here
true.
it comes.
What do you think about that? If I was hero with like TP start, I would probably go for Kanye first and try to do like a lot of idle times in Germany base.
Yeah, I think if you edge up fast, you might as well just ship them. Then again, he's already got a shipment now.
It's quite
Uh,
good.
so it's kind of like you have to delay your shipment a little bit if you ship for Kenyas, because if you don't, then they pop in your base. So maybe he
Yeah,
just decided he would ship 5 years and then for Kenyas forward, but that means that Germany will be able to get his table up, because I mean there could have been 4 Kenyas like 30 seconds ago in the
yeah,
German base, just like idling so much because they tank a lot of TC fire, and it's 4 of them. It's just a great cap shipment, and denying the stable, just maybe forcing Germany to ship some units first. While
yeah.
now
Well,
he still has a window, of course, because it's so fast, but it could have been even scarier, I think. But we'll see what he can do with that.
yeah,
Uh,
for sure. Oh, he's gonna right click one settler wagon maybe.
one settler wagon
Yeah,
gonna die, as well as the 2 Ulans enforcing Minutemen, and now Hero can just go back. Although it looks like he's gonna fight it, I'm not I guess it's okay. I
yeah.
guess he has so much stuff, it doesn't matter too much. That's look. Uh, I mean, Germany shipped 3 settler wagon first, which was probably a little bit greedy against a fast age hero. You would expect something like going for a Rax in your base and shipping 8 bows and like training 5 pikes, and now he would be totally okay with that. But going 3 settler wagon doesn't really pay off here because they're not gathering. So
Yeah, plus he lost one, so
yeah,
that's basically two settler wagon shipment.
right. And he did a really good job at herding lots of stuff in his base, but it doesn't matter if he can't gather. So yeah, and now the 8 bows popping off timing, like after Hero did damage already, they will still
Uh,
be helpful now. But yeah,
that green
that's
mass from Iroquoise is quite crazy to be honest.
yeah. He went for a timing, just training some Thomas, shipping 6, and probably calling the big button. No, he didn't even call the big button. He can still do it. Wow, that's really scary.
It just feels like re-Iro.
It's RE arrow. Yeah, it's well, that's what you get when you have an age 1 training post and 130 food treasure. So yeah, that's for sure
Yeah,
very very hard to deal with. But then again, Germany is one of the civs, even on RE, that can do kind of okay against Hero. So
it's true.
you just gotta start racks basically.
Mm, Germany is going for a raid, trying to equal a bit the damage.
Oh, he will kill a villager there.
Yeah,
Has he killed any others?
kill
No.
only one, I believe.
He will
Maybe
kill
a
one more
second
now.
one.
Yeah. A bit
Uh,
sloppy from Raikou there. He could be punching with them at least, or just like pulling them back, or
yeah, now there are more on the way. He's gonna lose at least one more veil.
yeah. Then again, he can still call the big button, but he doesn't have the food for it because he could pop
He's gonna
5
lose
Toma in his
another
base.
veil.
What is he
What is
doing
he
though?
doing? Yeah.
He lost 4
Now he does four
villagers.
veils. Yeah.
I think Hero is still winning. Like, I mean, Germany didn't train villagers, to be honest. Like, look, Hero is ahead in eco. Usually, Germany is ahead in eco after shipping 3 settler wagon, and here Hero is
Yeah,
ahead,
that's true.
despite losing 4 wheels instead of 1 settler wagon. So he should be really behind, but he's ahead just because I think Germany couldn't train villagers. So it's okay, but he could have just like not lost his bills there.
Yeah, he would be in an insane spot if he didn't. Now he's in a good spot.
Yeah.
It's in
Although
October,
if
and we finally see a Rax coming from Ramex.
yeah, he waited for the wood, but you can't really do that. Like, if you want Arax, you have to start with Arax in this matchup when they age up fast. Just because it's so fast, you can't just start stable. You're not gonna get Ulans out, and even if you do, they're gonna do nothing against Tomahawks. So you really need to start with Arax. And if you don't, then you end up in this situation where you build your Arax at 9 minutes, just because you have to ship 8 bows and you don't have 700 wood, and it's kind of painful. Yeah, one villager gonna die, or two villagers gonna die for Ramex.
But on the other hand, Raikou lost one veil too.
Yeah, but he's also getting a little bit caught there, although he's
Third
apparently
villagers
gonna
coming down for Ramex.
uh yeah, and getting gonna lose most of his Ulans there, or um, maybe Raikou could have nailed that a little bit better with his. Like he was kind of blocking his
Oh,
Kanya with Thomas, but
he's gonna lose all his tomahawks here.
oh yeah, he kind of has like half his army back home, so that's a bit unfortunate for
Sure.
Hero here.
Well, Germany sent 5 Ulans. That's not something you'd like to send, but
Yeah,
still a
and
good trade for Germany.
yeah, and but this Tomahawk's dying, but they did kill a lot of Ulans as well, and he did force a 5 Ulan shipment. Yeah, so it was fine for Germany, but it's not too bad for Euro. Like Euro is still in a good spot. He has map control. He can still ship probably. Oh well, actually, never mind. He used up all his unit shipments. Well, he has 6 Ionas, but that's not too good.
Uh,
Uh, uh,
well,
Crossbow
depends on
Ulan
the
does.
micro, but
Yeah.
yeah, it depends on the micro, but I really feel like Arrow should win this with the Kanye.
Yeah, there's just nothing to block Tomahawks plus Kanya. So
Oh,
now
needs
Raikou can just
micro
send his
Kanye.
Tomahawks in melee mode and just clean up the Ulans, and then there's nothing to cover the crossbows, and they're just forfeit. Um, you kind of need dobs. Like crossbow Ulan is nice against Hero for sure, but you need a few dobs or at least spikes or some anti-cav to just block. Because now he's gonna get cleaned up and still behind in eco.
He's
Still
gonna lose mobiles.
stuck in colonial, which is good for Euro because Euro has a much better colonial than Germany, late colonial at least. So the more it goes like that, the more they keep trading units, and the worse it gets for Germany. And you can see that being reflected in the scores, right?
Oh, well,
Three
we got
dots
a
though.
3 dub swaps. Yeah.
Oh wow, nice pop. Raikou not
What
kind of
is
underestimating the doppels here. I mean, they do poop on cab, right? So you kind of want to not do that.
Well, that was the best trades Germany could hope
Yeah.
with the 3 dub split up. King
Sorry,
7 Hyenas and a couple on Kanye, so.
I'm a little bit sick, so I might be coughing from time to time.
Oh,
Um,
poor Kaiser.
yeah, poor me. Um, but yeah, just the best double pop you could dream of, but still behind, but not as horrible as it was just like 30 seconds ago, right? Like these 3 dubs killed a bunch of stuff, man. They killed 3 dubs and 2 Ulans traded for 7 Ionas and like 3 or 4 Kanyas and some Tomahawks. Like just a really great
Yeah,
trade.
very
But
good.
still Germany's stuck in his base. Need
He's
to
got no food now.
Yeah, he let this run away, and that's really close to the Era War Hut. So he does need to get this back soon. Although he still does have a couple tiers in his base, um, and he does have lots of gold left, so he can still sit there for a while. But I feel like you need to age now as Germany. You don't have any more unit shipments, so you can't just like go for some kind of timing push just because you can't ship units. And I guess he still has 700 gold, right? I really dislike this 2 settler wagon shipment. Like he can't just set up for the lone colonial here. He needs to age up or to go for a quick timing somehow. But he can't just like go for something as slow as 2 settler wagons. Because on the other hand, you can see Hero is shipping the first infantry upgrade, and the more it goes like that, the stronger the Hero infantry is gonna get, and then he can basically go for full tomahawk because with 3 cards on them they're insane, and the fire pit and the warship, their tomahawks are quite bad in early colonial, but they scale really well. Good fight here for Germany though. Apparently, might lose a settler wagon or maybe not. I don't know. It's kind of close. Like he needs to fight with settler wagons here.
Yeah, focus them on the Kanye. And Arrow needs to focus the bows, not the settler wagons, but
Yeah, or at least if he focuses
Oh,
the
he's
settler
gonna save
wagons,
all of them.
I think it was kind of okay to attack the settler wagons, but you need to focus only one of them and kill it. Because here he just
Yeah.
did a bunch of damage, and it was really good for Germany, right? They tanked so much the settler wagons, and Germany ends up being in a strong position where he can push Hero back and kill his war chief, which is huge. Although he needs to be careful to not overextend too much there. Uh, that is, I think just
Hmm.
because the Tomahawks have the upgrade on them, they're gonna win this fight.
Yeah.
Um,
All the settler wagons are low HP now, so Germany really has to be careful.
yeah, he can't do that anymore. Like, well, I mean, he can tank with
Oh
some of
wow.
them, but he has to be really super careful. Yeah, big batch of 6 Scanias somehow coming in, and here we have the GG Ramex12 resigning.
GG.
Um, well, it's just like I feel like Ramex was just behind from the start. Like he just didn't react properly to the fast age. He just was too greedy and he just snowballed, right? He just lost early on basically, and then he did a great job actually at taking good trades after that. But it was just not
Hmm.
enough to come back because Euro was so ahead early on. Like I think we can see it in the score. If I look at the score graph, like Euro just all the time ahead, despite Germany taking great fights later on, but just too much of a lead early on. Like this double pop, I think we can see that at 11 minutes exactly, we see a spike of 10, like from 0 to 10 pop to Germany, and then Euro just like losing basically everything. So
Yeah, that's true. Oh, it's a 1-0 for Raikou. Okay. Let's move on to game 2.
oh, that military from Euro, 18 units at 530. Yeah, that's Euro for you. If anyone ever wants to open another thread on ESOC to ask what is the best RE sieve, well, you have the answer. It's definitely Eero because that was pretty much RE Eero, and that is just like so strong. It's just because he got like 95 wood and 130 food in, then it basically makes it like on RE, and yeah, he edged up so early with the shipment ready. Shipping 5 wheels, getting a very decent eco, actually out gathering Germany the whole game, and yeah, just because of the idle time, and yeah. Anyway,
Yep,
GG.
that was pretty good.
Yeah, that was scary. Then again, Ramex could have reacted better, but we can't really blame him just because it's not exactly easy to defend that kind of super scary pressure. You really can't afford to do mistakes early on when you're up against such a strong rush. You really need to defend perfectly, and then you can win. But
Mhm.
it's really not
Yeah.
easy. Anyway, that's game one. Raikou winning it quite convincingly and up 1-0 in this best of five. And now he has to pick first, looking in Brits, apparently on Fertile Crescent, which is kind of a questionable pick on this map. I feel like there's not so much food in base, and there's these
Mm,
stagecoach lines makes you want to maybe not be Brits, but that's his choice anyway, and we'll see what he can do with it.
yeah, let's see. Oh, Ramesh going China, actually. That's an arguable counter pick, but
China, yeah, okay, interesting. That's yeah. Usually you would rather counterpick China with Brits.
true. Oh, I need to. I'll be right back in a minute.
All right. I need to do that, and yes. So Raikou cannot go for Euro again now after winning that first game, and yeah, we do have Brits against China now on this nice fertile crescent map. We have here on the top left of the map, Ramex12 down. Whoops, my bad. Score is wrong. Now that's good. Ramex12 down 1-0 in this series, and well, China and Red. On the other side of the map, it's Raikou playing as Brits in the color blue, and we had, I believe, a food start. Because there is no gold or no extra wood there. Raikou gonna chop for an extra mana probably. You gotta chop 80 wood and you get an extra mana. So usually it makes you age up a little bit later, but it is I don't know if it's really worth it or not, but it's definitely a possibility. And Ramex12 actually not going for the trading post, which is kind of the standard thing to do at the moment, but or he might just go for it now. I'm not sure. Are we gonna see two villages or are we gonna see a trading post? Anyway, he did pick up 90 wood, which definitely helps him a lot in this age one. I mean, he basically didn't need to chop anything. He just chopped like 15 wood. He overgathered. Rip. Lecastete. Don't rape my ears, please. Thank you. Trading post. Yeah, kind of late. But then again, he was able to pick up that 90 wood. Maybe he just decided to not go directly for the trading post and instead just get the wood because it's just faster, I guess. You age up faster if you do that. And now I'm gonna go for that 50 coin treasure. Not super relevant, but it is a kind of nice treasure anyway. What did Raikou do? He got 30 food. That's not too great. Didn't really stumble across any great treasure. Now I'm not sure if there's anything left. Maybe 100 food. Oh, there's a 50 wood, which is always nice. And a 100 foot as well for China, so he might want to be bringing his disciple, although it's really quite far on the map. But if he can bring his disciple and get that 100 foot, it's gonna speed up his age up even more. Let's have a look at the decks, I guess. That's pretty standard.
Okay, I'm like sorry about that.
Yeah, no problem.
So what is going on?
And yeah, I was just checking decks, and it's quite standard decks. China having colonial options as well as obviously fortress options. The 7-hand mortars in deck interesting because that can counter the 2 falconets. Also got the 4 iron flays, which is not the greatest calf shipment in the world. They're not super strong, these guys, but deciding to sack the Merc shipments though. No Manchus, no Iron Tropes, which is well, I mean Manchus are very good for China because they don't have a reliable way of training anti-cav, and Manchus are very helpful usually. So we'll see if that maybe will be a problem for him or not. And yeah, lots of industrial options as well.
Yeah, no 300 exports too. Really situational shipment, but could be useful. Going for a
Yeah,
lot of crates actually.
yeah. I mean, I get the 700 food, 600 wood, 700 wood, 600 coin, but I'm not sure about the 600 coin. When do you ever ship 600 coin as China? Because you don't need much gold to make units as China in H2. There's like I think one banner army that costs gold, but it's like you're not gonna be able to ship 600 gold or 700 gold and like train a ton of units from it. It's not like you're Germany or something. You can't really do that. You can do it with wood or food, but so I'm not sure when he would actually ship that. Maybe 300 export is better. Yeah, I think it's just a good card. So, but we'll see. Most likely anyway, gonna go for an FF. So probably not gonna matter too much. Because yeah, he's not chopping any wood. So if he was going colonial, he would be chopping now for a barracks probably, and maybe another village somewhere forward. So that does look like an FF to me. He's even pulling his villagers now away from gold at 300 gold. So yeah, first card gonna be 700 gold and just an age up.
Yeah, so interesting outpost placement from Raikou.
Yeah, kind of weird. Not really covering much. Could have seen it somewhere forward a bit aggressively, like around here maybe, or then just in his base to defend. But that is kind of a strange spot. Yeah.
Yeah,
Staple.
I was just checking the chats. We didn't really check the map. Apparently,
Oh, whoops.
Raikou was missing.
Whoops. My bad. Yeah, I totally forgot to do that. I totally forgot to do that. That is my bad. I suck. Yeah, there is this hunt extra for China here, and Raikou does not have it. And that is really unfortunate. Holy shit, he's really screwed. Yeah, I'm feeling bad about that. That's really my mistake.
Yeah, because Brit's next hunt is here, so. Well, let's try to check them next
It's a
time.
horrible spawn, man. There's even this like much closer and that like and Brits has like nothing until middle map. Uh yeah, I don't know what to do now. I mean, we can't rehost that, but it sucks. It really sucks now.
Well, sorry about that, guys. It's our
Well, you were not
let's
here,
hope
but
it better. But
I like you were not here. It was my job to check that, so it's my bad. Anyway, I guess let's keep on casting the game. And I
yeah, so
guess
Brit is doing
if we
600 work, yeah, now.
if we see later on that it's really a big deal, I don't know. We'll see with the admins if like it's really obvious that Brits lost because of his hunts. Maybe they replayed. I don't know. We will see. It's yeah. Sorry guys. Anyway, China aging now with a bunch of vills on the Wonder. And a market and a consulate and a war academy going up, buying time with his monk and calling the sentries now.
Yeah.
Not really getting the snare though, but just buying time basically.
It's going pretty good for China so far. His FF is still quite fast, didn't lose any VL, and yeah, was just able to call sentries to push back those H2Rs.
Yeah, he's pretty much untouched. Like his FF was not pressured or something. He's really in a solid spot.
Yeah. It's gonna be 10 seconds slower, but still.
Yep. Yeah, I mean it's a very decent age of time. But it's also because he got 90 wood and 100 wood in H1. It does help quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. So what is Rick doing? Yeah, apparently he's gonna stay H2 or just dropped 2 racks and train a couple muskets.
Well, we have to see if he's actually training units with that 700 gold or spending them. I guess since he has 3 buildings, yeah, he should probably be staying colonial. But yeah, he's spending it now. Okay. So probably gonna go for some kind of timing. Just spamming lots of stuff with his 700 gold and maybe shipping 6 musk or Cav HP or Musk Attack or something like that to just push China. Then again, you know, if that tower was somewhere here, I mean forward, he could just be shipping 6 musketeers for the timing and just be much faster. Because if now he decides to ship 6 musks, they're gonna have to cross the map and it's not too good.
Yeah, that's true. China just sent intervention and willing to push out on the map. I'm not sure about that. I feel like all his units could be trapped by the British army.
I think he's just expecting maybe Brits to be aging up and he just wanted to punish the age up, but you kind of need to scout, yeah, before you do that, because these redcoats are really strong, but I mean, there's just too much stuff for Brits here. Although if Brits pushes in base, he could totally get crushed by unit shipment now. I don't know why you would go behind the base. It's like so risky, man. That smells very bad for Brits here.
It's true. Something is gonna pop from this village anytime soon, I believe.
There has to be something just like happening. Like Brits can't get away with doing that. He has to be punished for going there. Although there is nothing as of now. Kind of strange. Why would China be
Hmm.
fighting now then if there's no unit shipment coming? Because I feel like this is, yeah, now with the skirms, but it's just a little bit late. But still, it's still a good spot for China now. I think I need
Yeah.
to lower my game sound. I keep lowering it every time, but it's still too loud. I swear, no, it's on 1% in the mixer. I can't do less than 1%. I guess I'm gonna
So
have
yeah,
to.
quite a good trade for China overall.
Yeah, for sure. And
Now yeah.
I was kind of hoping Brits would just win it now. Then it doesn't matter that he's got less food. But now, it might be a problem that his hunts are so far. Sadly, although he did a good job at getting that one, and there's still that one he can
Yes.
hurt, but on the bottom. But yeah, well, we'll see. Uh, and the Chengdao is coming as well. It feels like China was kind of stacking shipments. Like he maybe forgot to ship something because he had two shipments back to back very quickly.
Hmm.
But or maybe it's just because of the fight. I guess he got XP from fighting and killing units, and then he just got a second shipment right after. So now he's got a very strong timing with a lot of military, skirmisher plus an anti-cav, and that is gonna be countering Musk House from Brits. So gonna be solid for him.
That's true. Um, yeah, Brits still way ahead in eco as always in this matchup, but
Yeah.
it's looking quite good for China. Score is equal. China composition kinda counter Moscow's.
He kind of has to be a bit active though, and I think he was maybe just checking somewhere behind his base for some reason. Maybe just wanted to make sure he can drop this village without being raided. And now he's gonna push because yeah, he kind of does have to push there, and it's a great time for him to be pushing because Brit has hit his timing and he kind of lost the fight. And now he's shipping 5 bills and has no military upgrade in, like no musk attack or something. So it's gonna be a great fight for China, most likely here.
Yeah, definitely. These musketeers are dropping quite fast.
Yep.
Even Chengdao you can just Z move everything.
Yeah, and
But
could
Reckon
just
is
be
sending
GG.
pass into uh,
There's some longbows, but just too much infantry here from China, I believe. Um,
yeah, these horses are gonna die too.
yeah, and then they're fighting on the bills. So if Brits is losing this fight, he lost. Although to be fair, it's 12 minutes 30, so you kind of expect Brits to be out of base anyway at that time. Um,
Yes.
so yeah, that's pretty much GG, I think. Look at that Kev shipment as well, and 6 longbows coming behind that as well from Raikou there. But not really gonna be of much help against this insane Cav, and he's resigning. Yeah.
And then comes the GG.
Well, I'm kind of happy because I feel like the hunts didn't matter too much. Like Brits just overcommitted anyway, and he would have lost, I think. So it doesn't really matter. But yeah, we're gonna make sure we check the hunts for next game. And that is 1-1 now.
Yep, that's true. Let's try not to make the same mistake again.
Yeah. And I know I would be mad if someone did that to me when I play in 20. So I really,
I
I
know,
really
right?
don't want to be doing it to people. Um, all right. Anyway, yeah, that fight we can just see like we kind of both say like, why would you go in the back of Chinese base? Like there has to be something popping, and you can see it in the graph that Brits was so much ahead in military, but he just took a terrible fight there. Was just not
Uh,
the right like location to be fighting, and he just lost his entire army after the timing, and that was just probably GG there. So
Fortunately for him, yes.
and he did outgather, but it doesn't really matter if you lose your army and if you have weaker units, right? If you don't get your upgrades in, because when you get like cav HP and stuff, your units are weaker than the Chinese one because you're H2, but they're still very decent. But without the upgrades, the Chinese units are just much stronger. And also, yeah, China has less resources, but we need to keep in mind that the Summer Palace is always popping for units, and that's like I think the Thermal Palace is like 4 wheels or something worth of unit production. And then you have also the consulate, like you get export and you're just popping red codes, right? And you get 10% HP on all your units as well from the consulate. So even if Brits has more eco, like if you lose one fight, it's pretty much impossible to then beat the Chinese Death Ball,
That's true.
no matter how much eco you have. And then you get pushed off your resources anyway. So, all right, so that's 1-1.
Yes, players are already ready for the next game.
Oh, we
Ramex is
already.
gonna go France actually.
Yeah. So Ramex not able to use China anymore. China could have been a good pick on Florida, but France is definitely good as well. So he's gonna be going for that, and looks like Raikou is gonna be counter picking with Japan. Interesting choice, but definitely also a good sieve on Florida because of the livestock and so many hunts to shrine on the map as well. And you can ship the 3 boats because there's a water shipment point, which is kind of a big deal, right? When you're Japan, because 3 boats is just better than 2 villagers. So
Yeah, that's true. Um, yeah, a lot of variation you can do on this map. You can even go 5 boats in each two.
5 what? Sorry.
5 boats.
Oh yeah, right. Exactly. That is also not really better than 4 wheels with the market upgrades on them, but they don't get idle and stuff. Although if you start shipping too many boats, then the opponent can just ship 2 caravels and it pays off. Because if you have only three and he ships 2 caravels, you're like, yeah, okay, you killed 3 wheels, but you wasted a shipment, right? Uh,
Yeah,
like
true.
700 resources for 3 wheels is good for you. But if you have 8 boats and he ships 2 caravels, you're pretty much fucked. We'll see though. Anyway, the hunts are maybe slightly better for Ramex, but it's not too bad, I think. It should be fine, and it's also Japan, right? I think this is an okay spawn.
Yeah, Ramex got like 5 hunts in total, and Jab got 4.
Yeah, but
It should be fine.
yeah, he will anyway not be able to hurt them all inside, I think, so it doesn't really matter. And Japan doesn't need hunts in base too much, so I think that's good. We're good to go there. Um,
Yep. So Ramex is starting TP actually. I didn't see the start, but I'm ready that was wood.
Well, yeah, it could have been coin and he would have been buying 100 wood in the market, but since there is no coin for Japan on the floor, unless Japan also bought 100 wood, that could be possible actually. Because
Jab.
if you get coin as Japan and you have this market, you can trade, and then you can just go for the consulate in H1. But no, I don't think he did that. Although,
That's true.
nah,
He went 3 shrines actually.
yeah. So I guess it was probably just a wood start. Anyway, it
Hmm.
doesn't matter too much, right? Wood or coin, it's pretty much the same since you can buy in the market. So yeah. And well, anyway, that means a trading post for France, which is always very nice. And yeah, 3 shrines for Japan. An interesting choice. Usually you go for the consulate just because even if you don't want to shrine boom too much, it means you have to pay only 680 food for your age up. So if you need to chop only 5 wood or whatever to get a consulate and a shrine, it's usually better than like doing that with 3 shrines. But
That's true.
maybe he wants to go aggressive, I guess.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking. You've got a deck with a few water cards plus mercenaries.
The French deck is kind of standard, although he does have this useless H4 card. It's kind of useless now in late game even because you don't get the training time stuff, Seraph Glance,
Okay.
the queer card, like it's even in team like it's not that good anymore. So in 1v1 I think it's really useless, but anyway, Japan has this Soheis. So we could see this cheese, where you ship the daimyo first
Yeah,
and
and you could
sneak it.
saw it. Yeah.
Yeah, you sneak it in the back, and you just ship the Sohei in the daimyo and just go siege down stuff, and maybe able to train a couple units from the daimyo as well. So
Yeah, that's pretty cheesy, but that's so easily spottable. Like, you just have to click on his deck and see that he sent nothing because you can't see if he sends the daimyo, of
yeah,
course.
I mean, sure, yeah, it's not the same as saying when you see there's no times two anymore, you're sure what the guy did. Like now you're sure he ships three boats, right? But uh the daimyo, usually you can guess, yeah, but it's not the same. You're never really so sure about it. Like you're still like, okay, he's going for daimyo, I guess, but you're also thinking maybe he just forgot to ship something, like for now, or you're not really sure.
That's true.
But yeah, you can guess it. That's true. And you can see the when he ships the Sohei actually, because they you can ship these guys twice. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's not too good.
Well, he's going for a consulate in transition now. Um,
Yeah, but might be going for Japanese consulate.
that's true.
Just be
I
going
would.
like more aggressive. But I mean, it's probably what
Yeah.
he's gonna do. I don't see why he wants to get it up just now. Then, but I don't
Oh
know, man.
God. Please, no, no 5 Ashi, 5 Ashi. These threats give me headache.
Well, it looks
Let's
like
see.
it's a daimyo.
Yeah.
He does
Yeah,
have
he's
some
gonna go
ship.
for
Yeah.
that.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Uh.
he's got no shipments, and yeah, that's obviously the name here.
Oh boy. Yeah. But
This is gonna be a fast game, I believe. It's either it works or not.
yeah. Right. I mean, the only way it could be a slow game is that he ships the Sohei and does just enough damage with them without winning, but just enough that it makes it close. But yeah, it's most likely gonna be
Yeah.
either working or not. You're right, and there's
He's gonna get spotted.
that is so bad. That is
Yes,
just
so
so sad.
I guess Ramex is just gonna make a couple muskets. Yeah, you got musketeers in queue.
Oh, interesting. He got the. Oh wow, I didn't know you could do that. I mean,
Oh, you
it
got
makes
the
sense.
military rickshaw.
Yeah, from
Okay.
the Japanese consulate and shipping it forward. I guess it's a
He's
nice little
training
trick.
hashes with. Yeah.
Um,
That's funny, yeah. He's also training hashes with his daimyo.
yeah, I mean, if you go for this kind of low eco build, do you really need a Rax? Or can you just train units from your daimyo anyway? Do you really need a military building? I'm not sure. Like, is he really gonna be
That's
able to? It's basically double racks now. Can you really make units from double racks? Could he not just use the export for something else on the racks? I don't know. But yeah, what is he shipping next? It's I'm confused now. What is Japan shipping now?
hmm. And what is Ramex doing? Actually, he's on one Rex, but he sends 700 coin just after 4 CDVs.
Uh, five ashes, but they don't disappear in the deck. That's weird. Okay, well anyway. Wow, that's so much stuff for Japan though. Wait, at 7 minutes.
That's actually not such a bad build from Raiko.
Well, it's really all in. I mean, I feel like
Yeah, of
Ramex could
course.
just ship 8 bows instead of doing like such a greedy build, right? 4 CDB, 700 gold, 700 wood. He could ship 8 bows, or he could go double racks. I think that's lots of ways for France to defend that. But yeah, he went really greedy there. He's stacking 700 gold and 700 wood and 600 gold, so he's basically got 2 shipments he didn't use. Uh, so yeah, that's why it's working, I think.
Even if you look at like the eco pop, Japan is quite ahead.
Right. He's a bit ahead. He does have some shrine and he does have 3 bows from the age one, but I mean, I think it's Japan is winning this, yeah. But if France was reacting properly, Japan would be ahead in eco, but he would also be um, outmassed, I think. Like France could have more musketeers than that now with Dabarax. Even now
Yeah.
with the bows, you see he's able to hold. So if he shipped bows earlier and didn't waste his musketeers, because he was also pushing out of base actually, somewhere here with like 10 masts for some reason. So
Yeah. Maybe he just want to kite a bit, get some free kills, but
yeah, but you can't really do that because ashes are faster anyway. So it's really risky against Japan to move out of your base if you're not sure they have like
or
small mass.
also try and find Nagis now.
Yeah, from the daimyo and gonna kill a CDB here, and that's looking pretty good for Japan, yeah. Although that's a good positioning here from Ramex, but
I lost the daimyo.
oh, that's huge actually. It means he can't train anymore like any cav. Like he needs to build a stable if he wants cav now, and it
Mm-hmm.
means he doesn't get to ship. He can't ever ship the daimyo again, so he has weaker units forever now, kind of in colonial, and well, this
The
CDB thing.
Ramex just lost so many vills here. Lost 5 CDBs in total.
Yeah, 6 now, but he's able to kind of hold thanks to that. But at which cost? Yeah, I mean, wow, Japan is like he's so ahead in eco and he can still ship stuff. Like he can still ship 4 bills a second time, and he's already got twice the eco of France. So
Oh well. Maybe we'll see a new Japan meta.
uh now I really feel like if you adapt, you defend that really easily. Like really, why would you go 4 CDB 700 wood, 700
Yeah,
gold, 700 wood?
the
Like he was trying
700
to.
coin was a huge mistake.
Yeah, at least wood second then, just to be able to have a second racks, But
Hmm.
uh, like he could have done 4 CDB 700 wood 8 bows and pump lots of musketeers and ship 8 bows and just hold. But he just got housed. He couldn't spend his gold. Even now, he's still stacking 500 gold. Like, uh, yeah, it's just probably over at this point.
Yeah, he's gonna eat the sheep, but
Oh, and
we're sending
six
600 food.
600 food for France. It's a card you usually don't even have in your deck.
I think he's just realizing how far behind he is in eco, and he's just gonna try to pump as many units as possible and try to do something with that.
Yeah, he's also eating sheep. It does make sense, right? He has to make something happen now. Getting the racks down is the first good step in that direction, and he does have sort of a timing here where he won the fight in his pace and he can push. But the question is, for how long is Japan gonna have less units than him? Because he's got twice the eco. So now, even the times that he crosses the map, Japan is probably gonna be able to remass. Like he's shipping
Yeah,
5 Yumis, gonna get a couple batches of units. Although he's popping big batches of mass himself, so all Raikou has to do is just be careful and defend, and he's gonna be fine. I think just buy time with ashes and stuff, get some free kills, pop your Minutemen if you need, and you're good. I think.
that's about it. Although this Rex is Japan only way of producing units, so yeah, he's gonna pop Minutemen from the TC now.
Yeah, I wonder why Japan doesn't have a second Rex at this point with such a big eco. I think he could just have another one because he's starting, sorry, to stack lots of resources, and he's building a second one now. But hmm, who wins this fight? Probably France because there's Minutemen in the mix and they're not very strong, I guess. But like France can't afford to trade units. France needs to crush every fight now if he wants to win the game, and he's not gonna crush this fight. Maybe he wins it, but it's gonna be close, and then it's kind of GG anyway. Like, uh,
Yeah,
he needs to already be ahead in military all the time if he wants to win with such a big
yeah.
eco.
Look
And
at his batches now, just 6 musketeer.
yeah, I'm gonna ship 600 wood to probably spam some crossbows now, but he even loses his fight, in fact, just because ashes and yumis are stronger than musketeers and crossbows. So
Yeah,
not looking too good for Ramex here. And I kind of expected him to be the favorite of this series, to be honest. But it looks like Raikou is gonna be ahead 2-1 most likely. Like I don't see France coming back from this. And it's also against Japan, so you can't even get a big raid because all his villagers are in his base, or he has a few here, but still. Um, he's trying to
Yeah,
raid, but
still.
it's just gonna lose more musketeers. And every single musketeer lost is so painful for France at this point, and he's gonna call the GG now.
Yeah, interesting rush
Yeah,
from Reiko with the forward racks. I think it's the
yeah.
first time I'm seeing that.
I really don't think he needed the racks. I don't feel like he could make units from two buildings anyway, but it was funny at least. And yeah, it was really kind of all in, but at the same time he did have a decent eco just by making villages, I guess, and just having 80 shrine pop and the three boats from the age one. And yeah, that was interesting. Let's see the military graph. Then again, you can see he gets a little bit more units than France, but France was stacking so many resources from the crates. Like France could totally match this military count. Like 22, 22 pop of units. It's like 18 ashes and one daimyo. It's not so many. So yeah, but funny build anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
But that fight in French base though, he did lose a lot of vills. But if you look at the graph, like wow, that was
Oh,
a
yeah, good. Yeah,
great fight for France. He had to do that. Like he had to lose eco to win a fight, but he was just too far behind anyway.
hmm.
GG.
Yeah, so now score is currently 2-1 for Reiko.
Right. Let's call again. We have a little bit of lag. Just cancel and call again. All right.
Sorry?
Let's just call again. Like we cancel the call because it was lagging a bit and Discord bugs sometimes, and it's better to just restart the call. Okay.
Okay, no problem.
Right. All right. Welcome back to the stream. Now,
It might be better now.
yeah, I think it will be fine. Now, welcome back to the stream. Game is full.
Yeah.
But yeah, they will kick soon enough, I guess.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell them to kick P4 without being too rude, you know?
Yeah. Dude, well, I guess maybe the host is just going like be right back, right? I mean, it makes sense. It's a tournament. Sometimes in between your games, you wanna.
He's sure you already picked his safe too.
Oh well, he will kick somewhere. What the hell, man?
P4 is saying bye but not leaving. Oh,
that's just
there
weird.
you
go. Anyway, yeah. So he picked India now.
So yes, and I guess Ramex is gonna go Dutch.
Well, they're very fast at picking their series every game, man. It's like I'm barely in the lobby and they already got the matchup. It's insane.
It's such a dream for casters.
Yeah, it's really nice because we don't have to wait between series and then people can just watch the gameplay and not the lobby. But,
yeah.
Yeah, right. So that's match point now. Match point for Raikou against Ramex12. So I hope my fellow Frenchman, or is he from Belgium? I'm not sure. But he is French speaking at least, Ramex12.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, he is. He has a French flag on ESOC, but I feel like I remember he's from Belgium from whatever reason. But he has a French flag on ESOC, so let's call him French anyway. And
yeah.
Well, our fellow Frenchman, because that's lots of French people in this game now. Well, let's hope he can come back. That we have a game 5 at least, and he's gonna be
sorry,
playing.
Sorry, Hazard, for this French bracket.
Oh, he likes French voices. I know it. Who doesn't?
Yeah.
So, do you want to introduce the players this time?
Sure. So on the bottom right part of the map, we've got Raikou playing as India in the color blue, and on the top part of the map, we've got Ramex12 playing as Dutch in the color red. Score is currently 2-1 for Raikou, so match points. And this map is Kamchatka. So map with three TPs and a lot of food in base to start with. Also, couple livestock, which is pretty good for India, and yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, it's a nice map because lots of stuff is viable here. You can sometimes get a stagecoach, but it's not too OP, not too good. But if you're like a very aggressive civ and you're sure you can deny your opponent's TP, then yeah, you can do that. You get some livestock. You have lots of resources in base. It's just a very standard tourney map, and a really
Yeah.
nice start for India there. Getting this small 50 and 40 wood gonna help a lot. Never mind. Did Ramex?
Yes,
Wait,
Ramex
what?
just got 90 wood.
Oh, there's lots of wood on this pawn actually. They both got 40 wood, and India got 50 wood, and Ramex got 90. So that's 90 wood for India and 130 wood for Dutch, which is obviously more wood for Dutch, but at the same time, it's more useful for India at this point because Dutch will be using it for his bank in transition. But it's gonna help India age up faster. He does get a TP.
However, yeah, it goes for the TP, so yeah, I don't expect him to be up much faster.
Uh, it wasn't a wood start because Ramex would
Yeah,
have
he
100 wood
was
on the
100
floor.
call. Yeah.
It was a gold start. Oh yeah, we should talk about that. That's very bad for India in this matchup. They can't do anything with the gold, and Dutch just able to age up faster. Uh, we can see Dutch aging up now actually. Pretty much at a perfect 15 villages age up time, or maybe slightly late, but not too much. India,
Definitely.
however, gonna be aging very late after that late trading post. Um, but I guess it will pay off eventually. But it's maybe not a matchup where you wanna be aging late as India, because you're already so much slower than Dutch. Do you really want to be aging even later? Uh, is he making villages though? No, okay, so he made a TP, but he's not making villas. So he's gonna basically have a trading post instead of some extra villages. And so that he doesn't age up too late. Like he's aging up a little bit late, but not horribly late. Although it's kind of late. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
Now he's
he's going
making
for the
villas.
Kanimada.
Huh,
It's been a
okay.
while we haven't seen a Kanimada build.
Sorry, come again?
Yeah, it's been a while we haven't seen any Kanimada
Oh,
build in tourney so far.
in Tony, yeah, I feel like I've seen someone go Kanye recently, but that was probably just me upsing some game. But in tournament, I don't know when was the last time indeed. It was a bit of a trend at some point, like maybe 1 year ago or something. People used to go more for Kanimate builds. I actually remember
Hmm.
playing myself against Maito in some tournament rather recently, maybe 2 years ago, where he went for Kani in base against Germany and he won it. But yeah, at the moment, people are more into the Agra and full Sepoy stuff. So like it's funny. There used to be, people just Sepoy rushing, like going early H2 pressure as India, especially in a matchup like against Dutch. Then you got people just going more greedy, going more for semi-FF stuff, and now it's also kind of greedy, but it's back to the full Sepoy spam. While for a while it was more Gorkas and Barak stuff. And anyway, gonna be aging up at like 5 minutes and 10 seconds with three wheels on the Wonder. So that's kind of painful for India here, aging late and with three wheels on the Wonder. And is he gonna go for a naked FF? He's gathering so much food, man. Usually as India, you need to chop a lot in transition.
Yeah,
But
it's not chopping any wood. Um,
so I think he's just gonna be shipping 600 gold
that's
first.
weird. He's got a shipment ready, so it means he's already got something on the way because he couldn't go for good faith agreements. So
Yeah, I mean he has like he had two shipments upon age up, so yeah.
yeah, he's
Uh,
gonna go 600 coins first, I
yeah, it
believe.
has to be that. It has to be a straight FF, which, well, I don't know. Like it's an interesting build. I mean, why not? It's kind of like European way to do it, not really Indian way, but it could work, I
Well,
guess.
I'm not
But
sure about that. He's gonna age around 7 minutes at least, and then Dodge just age 30 seconds behind that, and with like
yeah,
5 minutes.
yeah, it's what I wanted to say. I can see this build working somehow, but probably not against Dutch at least. And also he missed macroed. He's got way too much gold, or not way too much. Okay, now that's not too bad, but he could be aging already. But yeah,
Yeah.
interesting. Though with a TP, he's gonna be aging now, and then he can still ship another card like the Wood Trickle, for example. So, or
Mm-hmm.
300 export. So I can see the point of this build, but it's also so easy to scout. Like
Yeah. Well,
uh, Dutch is like, okay, I can just go 5 banks and FF, or even maybe just 4 banks. Although I guess he can make another
Scenic
one.
600 words. So yeah, he's gonna go for the really greedy bank build. On the other hand, what's the wonder from like text completed? It's
Sorry,
the
who?
Shamino gate, so we'd get one mana out from this.
Yeah, right. And the inspiration, is it? Oh no, you can make the
Mm,
Menzapda actually.
yes.
Um, and fifth bank going up for Ramex, pretty well macroed, and he does have steel traps as well. And eating a goat now, gonna be edging up at a very decent time at 8 minutes with 5 banks, steel traps, and a little bit of wood left for a military building. Even gonna get his placer mines now. Really, well, a nice FF from Dutch there.
Yeah, definitely.
As greedy as possible. Still aging up quite early, like barely after India. And then what? What does India do now? He's
Well,
dropping a stable, which is gonna be very slow as well, cause I don't know what he's gonna do against Scum Rita. What do you do with a stable? You kind of need skirmishers yourself. I mean, Gorkas.
hmm,
Hmm. And it's even slower because that,
quite curious. So he's got no consulate, he's got no market.
yeah, and imagine if he edged up with the 800 wood, like the Tower of Victory.
Yes, that would have made more sense. You could just drop like 2 racks from that, or
Yeah,
market, full market upgrades, etc.
like
And match the Dashiko. It's
drop two
going to
Raxes here in the
Howdas.
middle. So like a forward base or something like that with the 800 wood, but now it's just really slow. But yeah, okay, well, we'll see what he does with it. What does he have in queue now? I guess Howdas. Yeah, he shipped the two Howdas, and
That's
he's
funny.
queuing
Oh, and
now.
Ramex is going halves for some reason.
Yeah, he's gonna be going halb Skirm, which is gonna counter Howda to some extent and Mahouts. But then again, why not just make Reuters? I'm not sure. But
Oh yeah, I didn't see that. He's got an elephant focus deck with like elephant upgrades and a bunch of mahouts to send.
oh yeah. Well,
But now, yeah,
he does also have the Sepoy and stuff upgrade and the 8 Gorka and 9 Sepoy, so he can also do more standard stuff. But yeah, there's kind of lots of elephant cards in there for sure. Um, yeah, we'll see. I mean, the thing with my house is that, sorry, Howdas, they're not especially strong, but if you micro them well, like H2O does, then they do have lots of potential, like micro potential. If you can pull them back and not let them die and maybe heal them, they are quite nice. Um,
yeah,
but
I'm
not,
pretty
yeah,
sure that four mahouts can be like 20 scams with like decent micro.
for Howdas.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean,
I don't.
Does to how does one shot the skirm? Not quite. Never mind then.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. Also, the halves in between, just like scaring them away, you know.
Yeah. Of course.
Uh, I mean, how does are kind of good, but not against Dutch, I would say. Just against China, for example, like in this famous 20 match with H2O against Mongo, where H2O showed his Indian elephant build. You could see the point of it because China can't really mass too many skirmishes, but Dutch is if there's one civ that likes to make lots of skirmishes, it's Dutch. So I'm not sure about going Howder there in this specific matchup.
Hmm.
It's kind of cheesy, but Dutch knows that he's doing it. So I think we'll see. It's gonna be a funny fight for sure with the Oromis as well. The one out, maybe something gonna be popping soon for India, right? I mean,
Or how does?
he's got a shipment now. So if he can ship maybe three Mahouts, it could be a big pop.
Yeah, Dutch shipping infantry combat. So now, yeah, these skirmers are gonna be really tough for the others.
Yeah,
Oh,
and gonna kill a
can I
couple of
get this?
villages.
Oh, this consulate, man.
And here he needs a consulate, cause oh yeah, so much. Oh, so sad. Cause like he needs the HP on his units probably from the British consulate, and just to spend his export at this point.
Yeah, you could get like
Three hearts or
the
six red
priest.
codes, yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, and he's sacking two villagers and getting it up, and gonna be allying to the British consulate
Oh, three
probably.
mouths popping from his side,
Oh,
and the Europeans are gonna
Ermi,
really rape the hubs. Actually,
oh, great positioning for Raikou there. Oh my God, that is just so brutal here. Halberdier is just getting melted down by the Eurobis and the
how did
Howdas.
he pull this off?
Oh boy.
Oh
Still
yeah,
though,
and
I mean, Dutch is still really ahead in eco. So if you can pull back and just like ship Ritas or something and maybe stop with the Halberdier bullshit, then maybe he's gonna be okay. But ah, that was funny, man. I hoped he would go for the Howdas, the Mahout. Sorry, like I was like, a three Mahout shipment could be juicy, and yeah, that was just clutch. Um,
yeah,
wow, and
more
gonna
hubs on
clean
the
up.
way, but
He's gonna clean up most of the Romis, so I guess the helps could do some work to some extent and like just deal with the Mahouts. Seven skirms. Why would you not go for nine Ritters here? I mean, it's basically goons and cav against you now, so just ship your Ritters. Maybe Minutemen could help, but there's one full HP Mahout and another low HP one following.
yeah. Now there's just enough Howdas to kill his entire army. I'm not even sure why he's going back.
Yeah, that's true, right? That's so many howdahs here. I think he can just clean up. Maybe he just realized that he's no, he hasn't because he kind of needs to bring these red codes. Or actually, I would like him to maybe raid with them. If you could send them over here, it would be so annoying for Dutch to deal with,
Yeah,
especially
that's
since he
true.
doesn't have raiders to catch the raids. Um, because I don't see what the redcoats are gonna do in a fight against harbs and skirms. It's not too good, but elephant combat coming in, so these elephants are gonna be very strong.
Yeah, I like that he's trying to heal with his monk.
Yeah, he could have maybe got the surgeons from the British consulate to heal,
That's true.
because that's a Mamluk HP, right? Basically, so it's like healing units is usually not considered to be super good, but when they have so much HP, then you can potentially just get so many resources back by healing. Like if you heal these two Mahows, you get basically 700 resources or something just by healing them, because
Yeah,
they're so expensive. So so maybe the surgeons could have been more useful than the redcoats here. But then again, if he can raid with them, they can get some value. And he's gonna be maybe raiding with them. He's sending them somewhere now.
hmm.
But
Well, they won't achieve much, but
yep,
nice effort.
yep. They are. And there's a bunch of skirms, man. He was able, like, Dutch had such a good eco, he's still able to remaster a lot. And India doesn't have a second on center. I feel like it could have been a nice time to drop a TC somewhere here in the middle after winning the fight, just getting map control. Because now he's gonna get pushed back and he doesn't have any building to defend his villagers. Although he does have more units.
Well, he's got 4 outs, and never mind. There's some reinforcements
Is he pulling?
from. This is not gonna work. I think Dutch can.
Uh,
Oh, he's got 4 howdahs.
the unit composition from Dutch is just so much better at this point. But then again, the Howdahs are so strong, we see upgrade on them.
The
But
pathing with the TP line is just crazy. Now
yeah,
the position is just much better for Dutch.
yeah, I can see Dutch winning this. I don't. Yeah, and he does have infantry combat, so and India overcommitting to that fight here. He needs to stop fighting and just go back. He's gonna lose every single unit here now, and it's probably gonna
Yeah.
be GG because all his villagers are just here next. Not all, but like lots of deals.
Good bit. That
So
was a nice
yeah,
cheese attempt with
yeah, kind of
like an insane trade in his base, but then yeah.
kind of disappointing follow up. Maybe he could have added Gorka, something like that, or just add a TC. I don't know, but the first fight was just so good for India, but then after that he just kind of overcommitted to this elephant stuff.
Hmm.
It works fine as a surprise with a big pop, but after that, when you get counter composite like Dutch gets a counter composition, it's just pretty hard to win fight, and you can see it because
Yeah.
in the military graph, like the first fight was so good for India, it was insane. But the second fight, India had more units, and he still got re-wrecked, so not too good there.
Yeah. I think after this fight, maybe India could have tried um, to get some really good trade with like a mass of howdahs versus small groups of Dutch reinforcements
Yeah,
and snowballs from that. But
yeah, he needed to be more active with his units or to add Gorka or to do something. He couldn't just keep being a
hmm,
bit passive and massing elephants. It just doesn't work, especially when Dutch has 5 banks and like his market upgrades and stuff, then just behind in resources, I think. We can see it in the graph, really much behind.
yeah,
Also, because
obviously,
he didn't go for a super greedy build, like he didn't get the Ottoman villagers and that kind of stuff. He cut a few wheels as well in age one. You can see it on the graph. He wasn't making wheels all the time. At some point, um, anyway, that was a funny game for sure.
yeah, this one was very funny.
And one thing I wanted to say that the first fight, India had Oromis, so he didn't have Gorkhas, but the Oromis kind of like they kill the halberdier, so they act a bit like as skirmisher units. But then after losing his Oromis, I think he really need to make Gorkhas. If he had another Oromi shipment, for example, he could be just shipping them again and going in again, but he didn't have that, so yeah,
Hmm, true. So the
two
score is 2-2 now.
right. So that's the match point, the real one. Now, whoever wins this game is gonna win the series, and um, it's up to Ramex to pick first. So a bit of a disadvantage here for him, and that's kind of the reward for winning game one. When you win game one, which is a game where no one has the counter pick, then you get to be in this situation as Raikou. So when it's
Yeah.
2-2, you can counter pick, so it can be enough to just win the series.
Hmm. So what would you pick against Japan on this map?
Okay, so he can't pick India anymore, and he can't pick Japan anymore, right? So he can't mirror, he can't pick India. I would probably. I wonder if I would just auto because of the stagecoach, but I don't know how good that is. I guess Brits, to be honest. I would just Brits, I think.
Yeah, so he's gonna go France instead,
That's fine as
which is
well.
probably fine on this map, yeah.
Yeah, it is for sure. You get the H1 TP, you get the livestock with your native scout, you get just a good semi FF map overall, and Yeah, well, I can see France working for sure. Brits maybe
Hmm.
countering Japan a little bit more, but definitely a good pick here. So yeah,
So let's see if he's got some fancy strats once again with France, or if he's gonna play the standard.
yeah, because did he play any game standard? I guess the British game he played it kind of standard, right? He went for some mass
Yeah.
cast timing push, which is rather standard. But the other three games, so as Japan, India, and do you remember the other one? Oh, Euro. Well, Euro he
Yes.
Euro was kind of standard, but it's kind of old school Euro play style, not really EP Euro. So not super standard gameplay from Raikou here. You can see that it's a quick search player and not a regular EP player. So he comes up with a bit different strats, but not necessarily bad strategies. They did the job. So yeah,
That's true.
interesting for sure. Uh, so that's Raikou indeed on the right side of the map in the color blue, playing as France, and on the other side, Ramex12 playing in the color red as Japan. And we should check the resources, I guess, but I don't think
So
I don't think Deccan ever spawns bad. Although
there are only good spots for Deccan.
actually, one of my games was rehosted on Deccan, so never mind me. Um, there's less resources for blue outside of the middle plateau, but he does have
Hmm.
this hand here close enough, I think, so it's fine. Like he can hurt that to his CC, so and while Japan doesn't have a hand that close, so I think it's fair. And about the gold, well, it's always the same. You have 5k gold in base, and then the second mine is a bit far.
Hmm.
But it's just normal. Like it's kind of fair here. Like this
Do you think?
is kind of the same as that, kind of.
Yeah.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. I mean, you stay in base. It's like 2 mines and a half in your base, 5k gold. So
Hmm. So Raikou is going 12-10. Um, yeah.
well, that's something you can do on Deccan just because you don't re-idle if you do that. And he's
Well,
wow,
Chubb did 10-10 too, so.
and he did age up. He had his age up queued before even popping his last villager. So my point is that he had no idle time at all. So it was a really good 10-10, 12-10 here. Like he was able to get a market and hunting dogs, at a trading post.
LTP.
And yeah, and he picked up the 100 food, which helped him a lot for sure to age up with that 12-10. And now all he has to do is chop, but apparently he's gonna FF. I mean, but I would like him to maybe get at least. Ah, nice. He gets 90 wood in the back of his base, gonna make a house so that he can start training CDBs directly in H2 and not gonna be getting probably gonna get no market upgrades and just go for 700 gold first. And that is something I kind of like actually. It's again not a very standard build, but it's a very aggressive FF, and that can do lots of damage to Japan really. Interesting.
Hmm.
Like he just needs to switch a few villagers to gold. Wait 1 second. Let me check something. Oh yeah, that's what I saw. He's aging up with a tower and 200 gold. That's why he's not switching too many girls to gold. I was like, man, he's not switching, so it's probably the tower. And yeah, it's gonna be a super aggressive FF because he's gonna drop his outpost really forward and age up super early and just ship units in there. That's interesting.
Do you think he's gonna try something with like slow age, maybe?
I would like him to just fast age because he
Oh
has.
man, if he drops his tower over here.
Oh yeah,
Oh, but the tower is getting spotted by the shrine.
yeah. Maybe he saw it. Maybe he didn't pay attention. Probably yeah. Anyway, yeah. You have a trading post in Age 1 on this map, so you can just go for a naked FF and go fast age and still have a shipment in H3. It means he could be up at like 5:30 to Fortress and ship like 8 skirms or whatever in that tower. But it is potted, and so Ramex is gonna add some walls. He did go for um, Heavenly Kami in H1, so kind of greedy, and that FF could punish that. And he's going for 600 wood now, so just standard greedy Japan stuff. So the
Hmm.
EFF could be scary. Uh, One thing though is that Raikou does need to chop a lot of wood now to get houses and a military building and maybe a couple more market upgrades.
He's just sent a shipment now, so I believe he's gonna have 700 wood.
Yeah, he's aging slow, in fact, you're right. So probably gonna be
Hmm.
aging with 6 skirmishers popped in that tower. Is he shipping 4 CD? No, he's not shipping 4 CDBs because he's got 14 pops. So yeah, I guess it's 700 wood, but then I'm not sure why he's even chopping anything. Hmm.
Hmm.
Like, why is he making a house now? Then he could have made a military building and start making units like musketeers or something.
This looks like such a random build.
Yeah, now he stopped chopping.
Oh, he
Ah,
sent the
that's a
church call.
grenadier.
Oh, God.
It's a grenadier strat. But man, yeah, but get steel
Is this
traps.
fucking serious trying that like a 2-2 in a tourney game?
I don't think he tried it. I think he did it before. It's kind of like,
Oh, God.
it is not standard, but it's not something that no one does. Like Azam did it also
No,
sometimes.
obviously.
But
That's such risky stuff to do. Yeah.
he's just relying on the fact that there's gonna be no cab early on for Japan, and then he can maybe ship something like 3 Queers with the Grenadiers to just snare, and I don't know, but I would have just liked him to go for steel traps really, because the Grenadiers in the church they cost food and lots of food, so steel traps would have paid off already. So could have been nice,
Oh,
but
he hedged with 4 horse.
oh
Oh, look at the zoomies. Too late now.
oh. For us is good. I mean, they're not veteran, that's the problem. But I guess with Grenadiers, it's better to get Huss than Skirms. So, because now the
Yeah.
Huss can snare and the Grenadiers can kill, and he's popping the Grenadiers as well now, and they are God Grenadiers. So there's a lot of siege potential. Maybe just go now. Like,
Well,
well,
imagine, yeah, if he would be right clicking Japan right now.
I think he's gonna do it. But
This just like 10 Yumis to defend.
to be fair, there's like I guess you just siege down the shrine because it takes like 5 seconds anyway. And
Yeah.
like the problem at this point for the Grenadiers are not the sieging time, it's the walking time, right? But they siege
Yeah.
almost instantly anyway.
Or, or
Yeah,
if you can shoot. Oh.
horrible animation of the Grenadiers. That's why you need hustle to
That
snare.
quick.
Oh,
Yeah.
go in with your huss, man. Oh
Oh,
no!
God.
What are you doing? I want to see the Grenadiers attacking this massive infantry. Good split here from Ramex. It's like if you let the units run away, your grenadiers are not even gonna throw the grenade because of the animation, and so you really need to send a calf to snare to make sure you can get a good volley. But regardless, well, it's looking tough for Ramex. I mean, he's shipping 5 Yumis.
Oh, the Minuteman now. Yeah,
Mm,
he's gonna clean.
yeah, but in the back of that, Friends got 1K wood, so he can have a nice follow-up. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to mute myself for a second here. You can just keep on casting.
Yeah, sure. So, yeah, basically, Japan just clean. That was a nice attempt. To be honest, if you went in a bit earlier with the full house before Ashes and Mysterious and stuff, you could have cleaned all those Yumis and yeah, snowballs on that. But now, well, he sent 1K wood, he's got a stable, but I guess he can mix in some cuirassiers. Thing is, he never sent full CDB, so his Hikaru is just terrible right now. Sending 8 skirms at home, okay. It's an interesting choice. all the map is fully shine almost. 160 power for Jap, so and now selling 600 coin.
Yeah, sorry for that. So, yeah, well, the eco is so one-sided. That's the problem. Like, he didn't ship for CDBs. He didn't retrain CDBs because he was housed. He overpopped the Grenadiers, and he didn't have pop space.
Mm-hmm.
So he's really low in eco. And well, there is now like this could be a really good fight for France. Like he has the dream composition here. Queer's gonna tear through everything here, and the skirms just sniping the ashes. I
Yeah,
mean, I
that's
don't know.
true.
It feels hard to believe France can win this because of how bad his eco is. But what? No!
What?
Oh
No!
no! No way!
Oh god!
He didn't know how all in France is at this point.
No!
Oh, that's so unfortunate. I mean, France could maybe win for sure. Like he had more military, he just cleaned up, but it's not GG at all. But I'm not gonna tell him because it's just so sad.
Ramex was about to age, I believe.
Yeah, or he could just remass and hold. Like if he can spam like lots of ashes or maybe add a stable, I don't know. I mean, it's not like there's a bunch of units for France, right? It's just 4 queers, 6 skirms. It doesn't have any siege potential. Uh, I don't know, man. Like, it was not over, that's for sure, and that's so
Yeah, I
sad.
didn't think Japan should win that, no problem.
Yeah. Well, I think at this point, honestly, we can't know who's gonna win. It really depends on if Raikou does a great job at snowballing. You remember that game with Lucas against Lord Raphael?
True.
France against China, and Lucas just managing to take every fight and clean up. So you can see that happening, but it's not over. You can't say it's over here for sure.
Yeah.
I think it's Japan favored at this point. France has a shot at just snowballing his military lead. Like the 4 queers would be very hard for Japan to deal with 6 skirms behind. But yeah, I mean, just the eco, man. It's just
Yeah. You should just, yeah. I don't know. In a minute, I feel like Japan could have like 30 infantry units and be totally fine.
yeah. Look at the villager graph. It's
Let's
insane
see.
from France.
I didn't run a single verse for like almost 4 minutes.
Yeah, right. Or a bit less than that. More like, yeah, before, yeah, because he was aging slow, so he couldn't train deals. But after he just idled. It's like, oh my god.
I'm checking the chat with like 2 minute delay. Everyone be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's just unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, maybe it's also I see a comment about the French score, and that's true. You do get fake score from getting the Grenadiers because they are guard,
I
and
see.
you get the veterancy and the guard upgrade, and that's 400 and 1k2. So 1k6, so that's 16 score for France out of nowhere. So
Yeah.
you know maybe that's also why Ramex resigned, but really it was not over here. And yeah, just funny thing, France ending up having 17 CDBs at 10 minutes, while usually you have like almost 20 CDBs just after aging because you ship 4 and you have like 14 when you age. So it's just so
Mm.
low eco. Like the resources graph is just half of the resources he gathered in the last minute or so, or 2-3 minutes is just a 1k wood. Like he gathered almost nothing with his villagers.
Oh, damn. Well, I like the initiative of going like weird builds
Yeah.
with like Daniel forwards and the racks and then French church card going how does. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's just a very all-in timing here in this last game. Like all-in FF, 32 pop of H4 stuff. I mean, not, well, no, there's some Haas, but there's mostly H4 Grenadiers at 7 minutes. It's like, if Japan is not ready for it, you can siege down his entire base, like kill his units, siege down his base, GG. But in fact, Japan was able to hold, right? He cleaned up so hard. And
Yeah.
then he resigns. It's so weird. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
unfortunate. Maybe misread it something.
no, he
Like,
didn't miss anything.
yeah. I don't know. He was about to age, but
It's just a mistake from Ramex resigning there. That's all it happens. I mean, happens that someone
yeah.
sometimes resign.
What do you even do with like 4 cures and 6 cures? It's not like you can siege racks or something
Nah,
like
you
that.
can't
So
siege. You can't siege, but you can deny these berries. You can idle. But
yeah.
yeah, you can't do too much. And well, the thing is that Japan doesn't have a stable. So, he doesn't have a way to counter this unit composition because even if he pops 10 ashes, they're gonna die. But uh,
Hmm.
France is not gonna mass anything. I mean, oh, he does have a stable, yeah, but I don't know. He would get really shit batches of clears with this kind of eco.
Yeah, it's true. It's already a miracle that he got four, 4 out.
Wait, what? Just one thing I want to check. Raikou was probably gathering for the Swiss spikes. Look at Raiku's macro. He had zero village on food and zero food in the bank. Like that's so all in, man. It's like I'm not even gonna be training CDBs. I'm just gonna have literally no food and just gonna ship the Swiss spikes. It's so funny.
Oh, that's funny. All
Uh,
right, so yeah, GG, well played, Raikou.
yeah, so he's moving on to the round
3-2.
three of the lower brackets, and that was a very entertaining series.
Yeah, definitely.
And we don't have anything to cast for now. There will be later on a very good match. I'm sure lots of people are waiting for it. That's Maito against Haza at
Oh,
19 GMT today, so in 2 hours 30. Until that, we don't have anything actually. And I would actually cast a show match, but for one thing, I want to play practice games with Maito, and for another, my voice is really it's really not good for me to be talking too much because I keep coughing then. So I'm gonna stop here. Unless you want to take over and cast some matches casted, or someone else from the casting
um,
Discord.
let's
I don't
see
know, but
who's online. There's the G, T Gib. Um, I'll think about that.
well,
Might
I
have some
don't.
stuff to do too.
No pressure, right? That's just an idea. You don't have to do that if you don't want.
Mm-hmm.
But I will be myself taking a break for my voice and.
Yeah, sounds good. I'll go for a cigarette then, as a big smoker I am.
All right.
Alright.
I will just keep the overlay up for now and mute ourselves and stuff. And in a few minutes, I will let you guys know if there is something now or not coming after the stream. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed and see you soon.